He didn't blow himself up. I don't think this is going to affect the outcome of the election that much.
Uh-oh, Barack's not happy. After hiding Harris all fall, Democrats watched her numbers drop. It was time to change strategy.
Jesse Watters has abruptly exited Fox News, causing widespread commotion. Known for his fearless, unfiltered approach, especially during his famous Watters World Street interviews, Jesse built his career as a bold reporter on The O'Reilly Factor, quickly rising to stardom within the network. He went on to host his own show and was a regular panelist on The Five. With his sudden departure, many are left wondering what startling truths or behind-the-scenes tensions led to this shocking exit. What revelations might soon emerge about his unexpected departure? Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the mystery. Shaking up Fox News. Jesse Watters recently left his position at Fox News, surprising many and leaving a big impact. Over the years, Watters had become known for his bold and sometimes controversial style, building a loyal audience along the way. His sudden departure left people wondering what his next move might be and how this would affect both Fox News and cable news as a whole. As speculation swirls, one wonders if Jesse Watters' sudden departure hints at a larger, impending upheaval in the media landscape. Watters first gained attention as a correspondent on The O'Reilly Factor, where he hosted a segment called Watters World. In these segments, he interviewed people on the street, adding humor and satire to his questions. The lighthearted but sharp style made him popular with viewers. As time went on, he became a regular figure on Fox, eventually getting his own show, also named Watters World, and later co-hosting The Five, one of the network's most popular panel shows. During the 2010s, Fox News leaned heavily on hosts who combined political commentary with entertaining, personality-driven segments. His outspoken, conservative views struck a chord with the network's audience, especially as the political climate in the U.S. became more divided. So his decision to step away from Fox marked a big change, leaving a noticeable gap in the network's schedule. Fox had dealt with other major departures in the past, including Bill O'Reilly, Megyn Kelly, and Shepard Smith. But his unique mix of humor, controversy, and charm made his exit feel more significant. His sudden departure also raised questions about whether internal tensions at Fox played a role, as the network had already been dealing with issues around its coverage of the 2020 election and the last health crisis. But he may have left Fox for bigger things. He had hinted before that he wanted to branch out into other media areas, such as podcasts, streaming platforms, or even political consulting. His departure could have been a way to take more control over his career, giving him the freedom to reach new audiences beyond traditional cable news. For Fox News, finding someone to fill his shoes won't be easy. They'll need someone with the same bold, engaging, and sometimes controversial personality that he brought to the table. This is especially important now, as more people are getting their news from digital platforms and social media, competing with Fox for conservative viewers. Figures like Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro have already shown that media personalities can build large followings outside traditional TV channels. The future of The Five is also unclear. He was a big part of the chemistry that made the show so popular, and without him, some wonder if the show will still have the same appeal. But that's not the only question. What if his next move shakes up the media landscape even more? Fox isn't just losing a host, it might be facing bigger competition. When one of Fox News' top hosts left the show, no one knew what would happen next. Many were curious to see how the network would adapt without him. For years, Fox News relied on big-name hosts to keep viewers interested and maintain high ratings. This host wasn't just another face. He was one of the most recognized people on the channel. Replacing him wouldn't be easy, and people worried that without him, viewership, especially from more conservative fans, might drop noticeably. Even though Fox News had lost other important hosts in the past, his departure came at a tricky time. The media landscape was becoming more divided, with audiences splitting across different platforms. The impact of his exit wasn't just about Fox News. It was about the broader conservative movement too. Some speculated that he might be considering a political career, following in the footsteps of people like Donald Trump, who also made the jump from TV to politics. Others thought he might start his own media company or join conservative outlets like the Daily Wire or Blaze Media. Let's see how one host's move from TV to digital is shaking things up. The new era of direct communication. Traditional TV networks were already struggling to compete with independent creators on the internet. After his departure in 2023, the host, along with others, found success on platforms like Twitter, now called X, and Substack. These platforms allowed them to speak directly to their audience without the restrictions that come with network television. This shift could encourage more media personalities to leave traditional channels and create their own content. If other well-known commentators followed his lead, it would put more pressure on outlets like Fox News to keep their talent and keep up with new trends. As more people turn to podcasts, streaming services, and other digital content, even well-established networks are finding it harder to stay relevant. But the challenges didn't stop there. His departure stirred strong reactions from both his fans and the conservative community. Many saw him as someone who stood up for their beliefs and voiced frustrations that they felt mainstream media ignored. His bold, no-nonsense style resonated with audiences who felt overlooked. So for some, his leaving Fox News wasn't just about a TV host. It felt like a loss for the entire conservative movement. However, others saw it as a new opportunity. Free from network rules, he now had the chance to reach an even wider audience through digital media. There was also hope that he could follow in the footsteps of other former Fox News hosts like Glenn Beck and Bill O'Reilly. Both had left the network but found new success by creating their own digital platforms. Some believed that this host might take a similar path, using his exit to build his own media empire. His departure raised bigger questions about the media's role in shaping public debates and the future of political commentary in such a divided time. While some saw him as an important conservative voice, others criticized him for stirring controversy and lacking professionalism. And this wasn't just about him. His exit reflected a deeper shift happening within conservative media and the political world in general. The media environment was becoming more divided, and conservative voices had more platforms than ever to compete for attention. At the same time, Fox News was adjusting its priorities, which might have influenced his decision to leave. His departure showed the growing tension in the media world and highlighted how media figures play a powerful role in shaping public opinion. The world of cable news was changing fast, and younger viewers were starting to look elsewhere for political news and opinions. Instead of sticking with traditional TV channels, they were tuning into platforms like YouTube, podcasts, and streaming services. When Jesse Watters decided to leave Fox News, it felt like he was adjusting to this shift, recognizing that the media landscape was evolving. Unlike cable news, these new platforms give more freedom. Content creators can interact directly with audiences, set their own schedules, and get creative with their messages. Next, we dive into how a bold move could reshape a network. Digital Horizons. Known for his outspoken and bold style, Watters seemed to see new platforms as a better fit for his personality. Platforms like YouTube or podcasting might allow him to explore ideas and speak more freely than the structured environment of Fox News. He might even team up with other conservative voices to build something new. But while this move could be exciting for him, it also left Fox News with a gap to fill. Over the years, hosts like Bill O'Reilly, Megyn Kelly, and Tucker Carlson had been major draws for the network, and their departures made a real impact. Losing him added to the challenge of keeping viewers loyal to the channel. But the real challenge wasn't just about replacing him. Fox News was also under pressure from newer rivals in a shifting political landscape. Beyond the usual competition from CNN or MSNBC, digital-first commentators were building large followings outside of traditional media, competing for the same conservative audience. With Donald Trump no longer in office, the network also had to figure out how to balance different parts of its audience, from hardcore Trump supporters to more traditional conservatives. His style was a perfect fit for Fox's more populist viewers, and losing him left a gap that couldn't easily be filled. Some wondered if this signaled a change at Fox. Would the network try to tone things down and aim for a more moderate audience? Or would it stick to appealing to the more extreme side of the conservative movement? Fox found itself at a crossroads, needing to keep up its reputation in conservative media while also facing new threats. But this wasn't the biggest problem. Fox was also facing rising competition from channels like Newsmax and One America News Network. These networks promoted themselves as being more loyal to Trump and criticized Fox News for not fully backing him, especially after the 2020 election when Fox recognized Joe Biden's win. He had been important in keeping some of these viewers with Fox, and now his departure gave these rival channels a chance to pull more of Fox's audience their way. There was also uncertainty about the future of The Five, one of Fox's most popular shows. He was a key part of the show's success, known for challenging his more moderate or liberal co-hosts. Replacing him wasn't just about finding another conservative voice. It had to be someone with the same charisma and energy that kept viewers engaged. Without someone like him, the show could lose the spark that made it stand out from other political talk shows. But this wasn't the end of his story. Moving on from Fox meant figuring out how he would present himself on new platforms. His identity had always been tied closely to Fox's conservative image, but now he had to think about how to reach a different kind of audience. Unlike cable news, where viewers are often loyal to a particular channel, online platforms have a more diverse crowd. If he wanted to succeed in this space, he'd need to find a way to connect with these new audiences while staying true to the personality that made him popular in the first place. Another path he might explore is building a media brand of his own, following in the footsteps of people like Ben Shapiro and Glenn Beck. Shapiro grew the Daily Wire into a major media outlet, and Beck founded Blaze Media after leaving Fox News. If he could successfully navigate this transition, he might build something similar, a platform that combines his unique style with the freedom and creativity offered by the digital world. Reports show that former cable news hosts can do really well by starting independent media platforms. With his large fan base and recognizable name, he could follow this path too. He might launch his own media company or team up with an existing one. This move could help him build a strong voice in conservative media. One big reason he may have left Fox News could be to gain more control over what he shares and how he connects with his audience. Now we'll see how leaving Fox might lead to bigger changes. Waters' bold leap from media to politics. Another possibility is that Waters might enter politics. While he hasn't officially said he'll run for office, it wouldn't be surprising. He spent years building connections with influential conservative leaders, and his shows often promote political ideas. If he does decide to run, he wouldn't be the first media personality to try. Donald Trump's journey from television to the White House is a well-known example. And with many conservatives upset about media bias and cancel culture, Waters could attract supporters who feel traditional media no longer speaks for them. Waters' exit from Fox News has been compared to Tucker Carlson's departure. Carlson had a strong following and was a major voice in conservative media. After leaving Fox, he quickly adapted to the new media landscape by starting his own show on Twitter, now X. This gave him the freedom to speak directly to his audience without worrying about network rules. Similarly, Waters could use this opportunity to engage with his followers more openly, free from the limits imposed by a big network like Fox. The trend of media figures going independent reflects broader changes in how people get their news. Many viewers have lost trust in mainstream media, while populist ideas and anti-establishment feelings are growing. This has opened the door for personalities like Waters to succeed outside the traditional media system. Independent channels, podcasts, and social media give these figures direct access to audiences who feel overlooked by traditional networks. The media world is also shifting because it's easier than ever to create content. With just a camera and internet access, anyone can reach millions of people. In the past, only big networks could afford to broadcast news. But now, independent creators are thriving. This change offers huge opportunities for people like Waters to build their brands and connect with audiences in ways that weren't possible before. Waters leaving Fox might be a smart move to make the most of these new opportunities. Without the restrictions of a cable news network, he can experiment with different formats and explore new ways to reach people. This flexibility could help him stay relevant as the media world keeps changing. The rise of independent media personalities is creating new challenges for big networks like Fox News. With more people leaving traditional media, viewers now have more options. This also means more competition for large networks, which could lead to even more political polarization. As audiences pick platforms that fit their views, the media landscape is becoming more divided than ever. Waters' decision to leave Fox News isn't just a career change. It shows us how media, politics, and personal branding are evolving. His exit reflects bigger shifts in the way news is made, shared, and consumed today. The path he takes next will give us clues about what the future of media and politics could look like. It shows a change in how important people in politics and media view their influence in today's fast-moving media world. To understand what this exit means, it's important to look at how it might affect Waters, Fox News, and the conservative media landscape over time. At the heart of Waters' decision is a shift in the relationship between media personalities and their audiences. In the past, hosts mainly attracted viewers from the larger audience that the network already had. But this is no longer the case. Let's explore how one man's switch to digital might transform media for everyone. Breaking the network chains. These days, many media figures are building personal brands that go beyond any single network. With tools like social media, podcasts, and direct communication with fans, the power is shifting towards individuals. For someone leaving a network, this gives them the freedom to control their content and how they interact with their audience. And this is where things get interesting. Moving online opens the door for much deeper connections. Traditional TV limits interaction to short comments or brief feedback, but online platforms like YouTube and live podcasts allow for more meaningful engagement. This could allow the creation of content that's more in tune with the audience's preferences. The move towards personalized content helps media figures build stronger, more loyal followings, free from network rules. It's likely that a big reason for a departure is the chance to build a media empire. Recently, other conservative personalities have achieved huge success by combining podcasts, YouTube, and social media with subscription services. This new model creates plenty of ways to grow and earn, from live events to book deals and merchandise. But here's the kicker. Already having a strong audience and a bold style gives a good chance to succeed outside traditional media. This move could help in staying relevant in a fast-changing media world while also ensuring a stable financial future. On top of that, this shift could affect how Fox News treats its talent moving forward. Fox has been a major force in conservative media for years, attracting millions of viewers and producing some of the biggest media stars. However, things are changing, and even Fox can no longer guarantee that it will hold onto its top hosts. In the past, big networks could rely on their power and influence to keep talent loyal. But now, with independent media becoming so profitable, even well-known channels have to work harder to retain their stars. This decision shows that big media companies can't assume their talent will stick around just because of a contract. Even though Fox survived high-profile departures like Bill O'Reilly and Megyn Kelly, losing another key figure could be a warning sign that more hosts may leave for independent opportunities. This fast turnover of media talent is becoming the norm. Once media figures would stay with one network for many years. Now they switch platforms and roles much more quickly. Fox News also faces competition from newer conservative channels aimed at younger viewers who prefer digital platforms. While Fox still leads in cable news, younger audiences are moving to platforms like YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok for their news and opinions. They like quick content and live interactions, making it harder for traditional media to keep up. This puts pressure on Fox to adjust its approach, mixing traditional news formats with the kind of interactive content that appeals to younger people. But the bigger story here is that this move could change how all major networks manage their talent. CNN and MSNBC are facing similar challenges with the rise of independent media. As more hosts see the success of figures like the ones leaving Fox, they may also leave network jobs to pursue independent projects. This trend is forcing networks to rethink how they pay, promote, and support their talent, as well as how they let them engage with their audiences and build personal brands. At the core of this shift is something even deeper: how trust and credibility are built in today's media. Media figures now want more independence and direct communication with their audiences, which is changing the way people connect with and rely on the news. And this may only be the beginning of what's to come. What implications could this trend have for the future of media credibility? Share your thoughts, comment, like, and subscribe for more insightful discussions.